What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock. It is Morning Scone, presented by Brock, a.k.a. Dad Show, a.k.a. Drew's Show, for those of you who... Twinkle. So Drew has a new episode of Sesame Street that he loves. It's Elmo singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and playing it on the piano. So we're watching a Twinkle here this morning. That's the obsession. Let's see. Hope y'all are having an awesome day. Hope y'all are having a really great weekend so far. I'm going to go ahead and hit the share button. Hopefully y'all will do the same. Tigers dropped game 2. Disappointing weekend, man, up there in Columbia from the injury standpoint, but they still have a chance to win the series if they can win today. First pitch is at noon. Tiger makes his move at the Masters. What a day today's shaping up to be. And then I know not everybody's into the UFC, but I just wanted to mention that Lafayette kid named Dustin Poirier won the UFC Lightweight Championship yesterday. 8 years he's been in the UFC. Twinkle. Wow. And he beat a legit dude last night, Max Holloway, who pound for pound is in the conversation as the best fighter in the world. And Poirier beat him last night, so congrats to him for sure. All right, Buddy Chasson, good morning. Stephen Miller, Eric Sonier, what's up? Frankie Schmidt, Mark Allen, Tyler Hales, what's up, everybody? Rusty Sedetol, Troy Henderson, Charlie Gale, good morning. Delve a little bit into David Freeman, good morning. Delve a little bit into baseball here from yesterday. Disappointing, man. Cole Henry felt like wasn't at his dominant best, but was certainly good enough to win yesterday. They didn't get run support. TJ Sikkema from Missouri is really good. We got to see that. Twinkle fast. But even still, I would say... Twinkle fast, okay. Even still, I would say, at the game, Henry gave up the one run. So it was 1-0. He walked in a run. The bases loaded. It's disappointing. But he walked in a second run, so it was 2-0. LSU scratched one across to make it 2-1. And then in the 7th, he got the first guy out, Henry did, and then he gave up a double. And Maneri pulled him, and Henry was only at 91 pitches through 6 1/3. I didn't love pulling Henry there because you didn't really have a great option to go to, considering all the guys that you had to use in game 1. And especially down a run, you weren't going to go burn Fontenot's. Anyway. But I really can't understand going to Chase Costello there. Costello hasn't been in a high leverage situation in a month, if he was in one earlier in the season. So I just really didn't understand going to Costello there, and it hurt. I mean, he finished the inning, but he allowed 2 hits. He allowed 2 more runs to cross. One of them was charged to Henry, but he allowed 2 runs to cross. That's a bummer, man. That's, we got to talk about the offense because they just got shut down by a really good pitcher yesterday. I mean, we saw TJ Sikkema he's a giant, he's a big power arm lefty. I mean, LSU's seen a bunch of those. I know a lot of y'all are freaking out about the fact that they're not hitting lefties. I mean, guy had 10 strikeouts yesterday. He's just a great pitcher, man. He's a really good left-handed pitcher. He's got an ERA of 1.2 or whatever it is. I mean, he's great. So, would have loved to see LSU get the offense rolling a little more. Didn't happen yesterday. Chris Reed got hurt, so he got pulled from the game. So you were no Watson, no Reed yesterday. Cabrera was one hand. Twinkle. Is it over? Well, you are watching Twinkle Fast. Is it over already? You crazy. Anyway, disappointing, man, because Henry gave you enough, I think, to win. He just didn't get any runs. Arachnid. I think you Twinkle and then Arachnid. Okay, you can get me when Twinkle's over, and we'll see Arachnid. These are Sesame Street study likes. Let's see. Hey, Cheryl. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, Matt. I finished another strongman competition yesterday in Lafayette, injury free, so I won't be needing Brock this time. Good. I'm glad that you're injury free. But if you do ever suffer another injury, you know where to go. Congrats on finishing the strongman competition. Blake Dayrees, good morning. Rusty Gomez, good morning. Hey, Robbie, good morning, man. Brady Beacom, what's up? Buddy Chass on hell of a fight by Dustin and Max last night. But Buddy, full disclosure, I watched all the prelims. I did not watch the fight. The main. I didn't buy the main card, so I did not see it. And someone asked me on AFR last week who I thought would win, and without blinking, I said Holloway. I mean, Holloway's a dude, but it does go to show you. It does go to show you. That moving up is the reason there's weight classes. Because Holloway, even as great as he is, moved up from featherweight to lightweight to fight Poirier and lost. Attach. Jerry Spurgeon. Good morning, Matt and Drew. Anything new on the Wade LSU meeting? A what? Elmo. What? Arachnid? Do you want Arachnid? Go listen, listen to me. After Twinkle, then Arachnid. Okay? Wow. Jerry, anything new? I've heard plenty, Jerry. I'm not sure what at this point I'm willing to disclose here or on any platform, but I'll tell you this, man. You're about to see some movement, which this whole situation, man, not just Will, but with the whole administration.
Drew, come.
And you got guys like
Drew, come.
Drew, come.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael. Bless you. That was a real sneeze.
But true.
What? Okay. When you got a guy like Richard Lipsey with as much clout as he has, both at LSU and just in our state, political clout, when he starts vigorously going on the record talking about changes being made, and people listen. And anyway, yeah, I've heard a lot, and I don't think it's all going to be silent for long. What? Oh, what do you want? Thank you for coming to get me. You want Twinkle or do you want Arachnid? Okay, Arachnid. Okay. I'll delete. No thanks. Oh, God. Hang on, I'm going to find a stupid episode of Sesame Street. Chicken school, Mother's Day, practice makes pride. There you go, there's the right one. Okay. Oh, God. We had a crawfish boil yesterday at Erica's folks' house, and we're up late, and then Drew got up at 6 o'clock again. Ugh. Anyway, okay, Bo Major, Dan Ducote, good morning. Let's see, Paul Batts. LSU should bump and play small ball more. They should go down well with your coffee. Happy Palm Sunday, bro. I got you. No, and you know what's funny? Actually, yesterday, did you notice in the second. So LSU, God, yesterday, first batter of the game. Josh Smith hits a fly ball to center, and they're all everything center fielder, who's like a top 20 prospect in the country for the draft, drops the ball, loses it. You're like, oh, great, here we go. Like, arachnid fast. And they can't get him around. They got Bruce Art in the 2-hole, and he strikes out. I'm like, 'cause, man, they just blew it. They have runners in scoring position in each of the first 3 innings. Couldn't get anybody home. You tip your cap to Sycamore. He's a really good player. But anyway, the point I was going to make about the bunts. So they tried to bunt Hughes, if you remember. They tried to bunt Hal Hughes. And he popped it up to the backstop. He couldn't get the bunt down. So he's got 2 strikes. Got to swing away. Post single into right field. Swing away, bro. Hong Tam Win, good morning. Hong Tam Win, how to turn CC on my wife asleep. I don't know that you can do closed captioning. I don't know that you can. I thought for things with closed captioning, like you have to type it out in advance. So I don't know, man. I wish I could answer that. Sorry, dude. Danny Brabham, good morning.
Good morning.
Paul Batts, Maneri and overthinking his pitching rotation. It's a shame we haven't seen this before. Oh, did you say, Momo, it's good to see Home Depot? Are you singing your song? Out?
Home Depot.
Okay. Hey, you got a blanket on your backpack. Okay. Cool. Drew's fired up today. Let's see. Chad Holmes, Masters starts in 30 minutes. Who you got? I know they had to move it up because of weather. I'd love to see Tiger win it, y'all. I would. I mean, I'm in that number. I would love to see him win it. But I know the stat with Tiger is he's never won a major when he entered Sunday trailing. Like every major that he's won, he was leading on after Saturday. So he's 2 strokes back today going in. But Tiger's at 11, right? Yeah, Tiger and Finau are at 11 and Molinari's at 13. So he's 2 strokes back. He'll have to do something he's never done before if he's going to go win it, man. So Jacob Castellaw, good morning. Hey, Alicia Moscona Miller. That's Lily, a.k.a. Lily, my sister. Drew calls Lily. Lily. Chris Ebersole, couldn't find a way to even touch Sycamore. Kid was nasty. He's really good, man. I think you missed Watson yesterday for sure, not having a right-handed bat in the lineup. And his bat in the lineup, obviously in the 2-hole. You replace a 340 hitter for a 200 hitter. That's not good. And then Reed, who struck out and is only at bat, but he's always a guy that's going to give you a good at bat. Walked 3 times on Friday. Michael Catherine. Certainly would like for him to be in the live. Maneri said he doesn't see any way that Reed plays today. So fingers crossed you get Watson back, but you're going to lose Reed. God, dog. Yeah, but I tell you what, the silver lining here, man, is Mizzou burned through some pitchers on Friday. Sycamore is their ace. They hold him for Saturday, but he's their big gun. And they were TBA for today, so you hope Eric Walker goes out there and gives you 6 strong innings or more. If he gives you 6 strong innings of, say, 1-run baseball, you've got a great chance to win this game. Sundays sometimes get out of hand, so let's see if LSU's bats can get going today. Let's see. Frankie Schmidt, Scone, been out of the loop. Haven't heard about the extent of Hess's injury. Michael Catherine. They haven't said yet, Frankie, but it's a groin injury. Drew come.
Yay.
Yay, my boy. Hey,
No.
well, I need to fix your backpack. Hey, come here. Hey,
I like the first.
Arachnid fast. Oh, crazy. Let's see. Yeah, so Frankie, I mean, groin injury ain't nothing to mess around with, especially as you're a pitcher. I mean, I'm guessing, my guess is Hess isn't pitching this weekend against Florida. And if he doesn't, I think your rotation goes Henry, Hilliard, Walker. I think that's what you look at this weekend if Hess is in fact out. Which is another arm down. Man, this has been a brutal week with Hess, Watson, Reed. Golly. Find a way to win this game. Get the hell out of Columbia. Carly Cat, what's up, man? Jared Watts, Patrick Bell, Cassidy Russo, good morning. Hey, Dawn, good morning. Hong Tam Win. Is Saban stepping away from football for a while for real? Did you see that? I had that in the morning Scone Daily email. Apparently, Saban had a hip issue. He's got to go get that taken care of. So, I mean, I never trust he'll be away too long. David Freeman, breakfast at the Masters. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It's like in the summer whenever they're playing the Open. You know, you wake up at like 4 a.m. and they're in the final round of the Open over there. Dad, good morning. Dawn, good morning, Andrew. Brittany Della Husse, Chad Dupuis, Jimmy Vadring. What's up, Jimmy? Scott Belgard, Ben Giat. Hey, everybody. Ryan Dixon. Injuries in college and major leagues seem to be a recurring theme. Are these players not getting enough rest and overtraining? Maybe a question for Terrio. Talk about that. I also think like bigger, stronger, faster athletes sometimes tend to get injured more. I don't know. Maybe it's a question for the doctors at Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Great sponsor here on Morning Scone. If you need an orthopedist, like any of these athletes that appear to be injured in professional or college baseball, call our friends at Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. With all the subspecialties, they've got 5 convenient locations as well. Brock, work hard, play harder, as it says on the back of my shirt. Work hard, play hard. Okay. Let's see, Paul Batts, my contacts are out, darn Texas. Well, then you should go to Williamson Eye Center and get LASIK. Part 2. You want part 2? Okay, I'll show you part 2. Part 2 is of the Lullaby Show that he wants to watch, Classical Baby. Here you go. Drew, here you go, part 2. Classical Baby. There you go. Part 2. Lullaby Show part 2. Watch, there you go. All right. Matt Anderson, Derek Thomas, Lori Prophet, good morning. Ho-ho, the Cougar. Patrick Coogan's watching. Hey, Cougar, hit me with some knowledge here, man. Groin injury for a pitcher. How long does that put you on the shelf? Come see. Come see.
Oh, classical baby.
Classical baby.
Oh, classical.
Oh, classical baby.
Wow.
Hey, Drew. Who are you going to see today? We're going to go to a birthday party for who? Party for Michael. Okay. Part 2. Let's see. Drew, let's push a chair around. He might get down with that. He's running back and forth between all these rooms. Let's see. Hong Tam Win. Whoops. What just happened there? There it is. Does LSU even... Did I miss a few? Sorry if I missed some in there. Does LSU... Where was... There it is. Does LSU have a hitting coach? Oh, classical baby. Wow. I would rather fast forward classical baby 10,000 times and continue to talk about the stupid hitting coach. I'm so sick of this conversation. Like, I've literally, as long as I have been talking about, covering, whatever. As long as I've been talking about or covering college baseball, we have, as much as people got on the Fire Hobby stuff, never have, part two fast, never have I ever seen this conversation be so pervasive about the stupid hitting coach. Like, I've posed this question to people and no one has an answer. I say, okay, name me a hitting coach. Who's a great hitting coach in college baseball? Name me one. Name me a hitting coach in college baseball. Name me one. Please, just name one. Name any. Name the hitting coach at Florida. They're a good program. Name the hitting coach at Vanderbilt. Classical. Name the... classical baby. Name the hitting coach at Mississippi State. Any team you think's great, name their hitting coach. You can't. You can name offensive coordinators in college football. Nobody can name a hitting coach. But everyone else is running a hitting coach for LSU strong. It's like, it is the most, like, and I'm not mad at you, huh? Like, I'm just triggered right now because it's one of the things that bothers me is lazy echo chamber fan takes, and fans have latched on to this hitting coach thing. And on Friday, LSU went up against a guy with an ERA of 2 and scored 12 runs against him, and nobody said anything about the hitting coach. But they go against an ace. Listen, use your words. What, baby? What? Use your words. You gotta use your words, okay? What did you want? Did you want classical baby? Oh, classical baby is on, okay? You can watch, but you can sit with daddy. That's fine. You can always sit with daddy.
Classical baby.
Classical baby. Anyway.
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. You can watch Wheel of Fortune. Did you want Robert?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
All right.
All right. Were you gonna sit with daddy? You can sit with daddy. Look, we're doing Dad show. Clap hands for classical baby, so blue, blue, blue. Right?
Oh, classical baby.
Oh, classical baby.
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Mommy's car.
Mommy's car.
Alexander's.
Alexander's. Walk. What? So anyway, I mean, maybe the reality is they missed on some guys. Like, maybe the reality is, like, Hal Hughes and Brant Broussard just aren't good offensive players. Maybe you went and got Saul Garza, and he mashed in JUCO. Maybe he just can't hit good pitching. Maybe that's a reality.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
then you look at,
Yeah.
and you're starting a lot of freshmen as well.
Yeah.
You're asking DeGiacomo to contribute in a big way. You're asking Beloso to contribute in a big way. Okay. What are we doing here? Willie Giant. Clap hands for Willie Giant. Anyway, like, people keep screaming about the hitting coach. You ignore the fact whenever they have a good offensive day, whenever they go up against a guy with an ERA of 1 and they strike out 10 times and lose 4-1, it's the hitting coach sucks. Like, sometimes, bless you, the other guy's really good. It would have been nice also to have your 2 and 4 hole hitters yesterday as well, which you didn't have. So, like, anyway, whatever. You triggered me this morning, Hong Tam Win. You triggered me. Craig Schilling, Troy LaBeouf, Tim Roussel, good morning. Blake DeVilliers, been away for several days, Matt. takeaways from spring game. Oh man, go back and listen to my my Locked On podcast, or AFR. Did a lot of that. Mostly thrilled to see them go tempo or no huddle. They did not take a single snap under center. Love the quick passes. Offensive line still not very good, but I think they can compensate because they throw the ball. They get rid of the ball quickly. I think defensively, Stingley looked good. Divinity looked good playing middle linebacker. Apu Aika is the one everybody was talking about. He was pretty dominant on the interior, but most of that was against backups. So, but you were without Chasson, you were without Phillips, and you were without Christian Fulton. I mean, your ace at every level of the defense was out. So, well, Delpit would be your ace in the secondary, but at corner. So, but anyway, there's still a lot we don't know. But overall, I'm optimistic, man. You get so many people back. I like the direction they're going offensively. Your schedule's favorable. It should be a good team. Should be a good year. Andy Cohen, good morning. Paul, we'll be going in a few weeks. Scone, tired of contacts in spring, not mixing annually. Oh, cool. Oh, you're going to Williamson. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, man. Let me know when you go. They're great people, man. Dr. Blake he's a dude. You know, it's crazy. He goes all over the country speaking at different conferences and the different clinics. I mean, he's a sought after dude. He's right here in Baton Rouge, man. It's they got an impressive operation for sure. Let's see. Cougar. Okay, I asked Patrick about let's see, did we pause? Are we still good? Oh, is my screen just paused? Are we still good? Okay, good. We're still good. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I need to refresh this. Part two. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you, part two. Okay, part two. Part two. Watch. Classical baby. There you go. Part two. Oh, classical baby. Let's see. Let me go back here for a sec. So Cougar says groin can linger if you don't get it right the first time. So, rest. I mean, I would think you're not throwing Hess this weekend against Florida. Just a guess. Ryan didn't have a groin issue last year. He had a groin issue this year, but it was the other side of his body. So, when they started practice this year, when they reported in February, he had an injury right off the bat. And so they weren't sure if he was going to pitch the opening series of the year this year because of that. Paul, LSU's hitting coach questions is our TPS report, Joe. Got it. Hip replacements are incredible these days, walking normal and at physical therapy in 2 days. Cool. Good for Nick, bad for everybody else. Paul Batts, Pedro Serrano. That means this team is very inconsistent hitting the ball. They need to get better or stay home in June. I don't disagree that there are holes in this lineup, and that's their major flaw right now. That's obvious when you watch this team. In spite of that, they keep winning. My hope as they progress is, number one, you obviously get healthy. But if Gavin Dugas can come back and play the second half of conference and be your everyday second baseman and hit around 300, that's a huge boost to the bottom third of your order, if that can happen. Ways to go, though. Thomas Dale Chapman, bingo, talent isn't good enough. In some spots, it's not. But I also think it's a really good college team. I think you're negligent if you don't acknowledge the fact that still a lot of these guys were super highly sought after, and some of them are going to play at the next level, but that's also every college team. Not every college team is chock full of pros. It's just that's atypical. Are we frozen here? Or can y'all still see me? Hey, if y'all can see me or hear me still, do me a favor and just like hit some hearts or something like that. Hit some hearts or something if y'all would, please. Anybody? Yep. Okay, good. Okay, we're still good. So just I'm watching. Thank you. I'm watching on the screen here. I'll show you. Like I'm frozen in a very pensive look. Like I'm just looking at that. I'm frozen. So that's what I was wondering. Like, are we still going here? If y'all would hit the share button if you've not done so yet, that's just a huge help as we grow Morning Scone and continue to grow. Sharing is caring, as I'm fond of saying. Sharing is caring. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and share this as well. There we go. Boop. Share to page. Boop. There we go. All right. So, yeah. I guess to your point, Thomas, I'm not gonna say the talent isn't good enough. There's some guys that aren't performing like you hope they would, for sure. I mean, you'd hope that you'd be getting more offensive production out of Hal Hughes and Brand Broussard, no question. You wish Saul Garza would be, would have brought a power bat into the lineup like you recruited him to be, but it doesn't always work out that way. We saw that a few years back with, who's the big guy that they recruited, was the first baseman 2 years ago. And he just couldn't hit. They recruited him just as a big bat to hit, and he just didn't hit. I think he wore 44 or something, like big tall kid. And took up a roster spot. So anyway. Craig Schilling spoke yesterday with Eric Alexander, who played in the minors and works at a strength and conditioning place in Atlanta like Traction. He said very few MLB or NFL teams work on a player's flexibility and strengthen their core. It's only weightlifting. It's causing more injuries. He trains pros in the offseason. Patient. Are you patient?
Go HEB.
When we go to HEB, you're patient when we ride the what? Yep, you're patient when we ride the elevator. That's very good, Drew. Hey, what are you watching in there? Okay, part 2. Drew's watching part 2. Let's see. Chris Merrill, what's up? Let's see. This team doesn't have a Blake Dean or a Greg Dykman. We need to recruit better. So I'll flatly disagree with you on a couple of things there. So Blake Dean became a great collegiate hitter. Blake didn't show up a great hitter. Blake showed up as a pitcher, outfielder, and developed into a great college hitter. Dykman, similarly, was injured, didn't really play his first year, and he was a really good power bat in the lineup. Cabrera is a better prospect than both of them. Part too fast. Josh Smith is a guy that I think also has a chance to play Major League Baseball. Giovanni DiGiacomo has all the tools as well. To say that there's no Dean or Dykman, I mean, I just flatly disagree. I think your other two outfielders, I don't know that Duplantis. Watson defensively is good enough to be a major league outfielder. This is going to sound funny to say because he's one of the better hitters on this team. The bat needs to come along. He strikes out too much and is probably going to have to hit somewhere other than the 2-hole at the next level. Say the same for Duplantis. But my point is, to say there's no Dean or Dykman, like, that's just wrong. Like, Daniel Cabrera is a major league, is a future major leaguer, and I think so is Josh Smith. You got at least 2 of them on this team. And remember, Dean was a 10th round pick and played like 1 year of pro ball and then hung it up. He just didn't love it. Didn't want to do it. So I think with Dykman, you're just thinking about the big, giant, home run potential, which is true. And those guys are rare. But you don't, guys that hit for power usually never show up on a college campus. If you're playing the all-star circuit and you can mash, you don't show up on a college campus. They pay you enough money to where you never show up. That's not to say power can't develop in guys as they make their way through their career, and that does happen. And that's what happened with Dykeman, as he became an even better power hitter as his career went along, and certainly in 2017, you saw that at its height. So I think there's some confusion in that respect. I think in some respects, you think about guys from the rocket launcher era, with the way the bats were and how everybody was a power. I mean, the '98 team had 3 guys on it that hit 20 homers. I mean, think about that. 3 players on that team that hit 20 home runs. That's. You get Furness, Cressy, and Trey McClure, I believe, were the 3 that all hit 20. That's 3 guys who hit 20. Just a different era. So I mean, if that's your basis of comparison, then you're comparing apples to oranges. But this team has enough, if it's pitching well, to win it all. I mean, when the year Florida won it, they didn't hit particularly well. They were bottom half of the SEC offensively, but they just had dominant arms. And I think when LSU's arms are pitching at their best, you're in that category. When you've got Hess and Henry and Walker, and if you can get Marceau and Hill back and cooking, and Hill you're throwing in that mix now as well, you got enough arms. Enough really good arms to make that work. Champion.
Wow.
Dawn, do you think there will be any movement with Wade by Wednesday? This, my opinion, Dawn, and it could always change based on variables in a fluid situation. My opinion on that is yes, I do. Let's see. Broadcast keeps freezing up. Live is freezing up. We're freezing up, huh? God dog it. Is that why? We are freezing up, huh? Good morning, Matt and Drew. Freeze working well. Okay, so for some of y'all it's working well, some of y'all it's freezing. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on.
Here comes Fiat.
What, bud?
Elevator.
Yeah, I guess that's why we've seen this thing drop off, huh? 14 of y'all watching. I guess that's why. We're frozen. Okay, well, some of y'all, huh? So it's frozen for some of y'all, and for some of y'all we're still rolling. So sorry, I apologize for that. Like on my laptop it's frozen, but on my phone it's working fine. I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry. Maybe it's a Facebook problem. Anyway, hopefully it's frozen all the negative comments. Craig, great frozen scone, great meme pose. Michael and Catherine. I guess some of y'all are saying y'all got me, and some of y'all are saying I'm frozen. Sorry about that. Okay. Some of y'all are saying y'all are freezing up. So, wow, that's weird. Sam Dixon, Cheryl. Well, I appreciate y'all. Well, I tell you what, y'all. I know it's a shorter Sunday episode, but let's go ahead and shut it down. Part 2. No, did you take a ticket? Where'd you get that ticket? Give me that ticket. Thank you. Anyway. All right, y'all. Since so many of y'all seem to be frozen, oh gosh, Chuck Smith, it's snowing in Columbia. I don't know if LSU will play today. Oh God, that's terrible. Oh no. All right, y'all, let's drop out here. I know most of y'all can't see because we're frozen. For those that are watching, thank you for watching as always. Shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're tagged in this post. Please go like their page as always. Appreciate it. Go Tigers. Hopefully, if they play game 3 today, they win it. And if and go Tiger as well. Hopefully, he'll pull it out here Sunday at the Masters. So, all right, y'all have an awesome day. We'll see y'all tomorrow for Morning Scone. Later.